Yo, what up, though, man? We got WWE royalty in the building right now. You know what I'm saying? Hip-hop extraordinaire. Jeff definitely just got blessed with some bars, man. And it's not many athletes. Well, you was a rapper first.
I was a rapper first, though.
Anyway.
Yes.
Because I was about to say, it's not too many athletes turn rappers that had success. Like, you know, Shaquille was one. Dame Lillard got bars. But you actually, rapping was your thing, and we going to tap into it. But ladies and gentlemen, we got the one and only Ron Killings, a.k.a., you know what I'm saying, R-Truth, a.k.a., you know what I'm saying, it was quick? Was it, don't tell me.
Yeah, you on it.
K-Quick.
Boom, you on it,
Boom,
dog.
on it.
Yes.
Man, how you doing?
Bro, fabulous, man. I'm always good.
Hey, man, I hope everybody, man, get a chance to get to meet you in person, because that energy that you exude on camera is really you in real life. You know what I'm saying? We've been here for an hour. You done been all on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Off the camera, man. Just
dog. That's me, man. What you see, what you get, dog.
Man, that's amazing, man. So this is our first time sitting down, man. And I want to get the journey, because everybody know, a lot of people know you from, you know, your days or you doing WWE, professional wrestling, therefore. But musically, man, you blew me away. You know what I'm saying? I was hip to some of the stuff you did prior.
Right.
But it just the new stuff, people in for a treat, man, the elevation. But take us back to the beginning. Who was Ronald, that kid in North Carolina, man, prior to stepping into the ring and into music?
Who you just saw, man. That I was still that ball of energy, man. Just a young version of it. I was like more of a class clown in school.
Gotcha.
I was a class clown, athlete, played football. But I think my first show, man, I had a couple of my friends, man, that danced from. We had like groups back then, and back then they had a thing called Jack the Rapper.
Okay.
So it was always, man, once I got bit by the music bug, man, it was sports, everything else was second, then music was just like the light of what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think everybody have that little niche, that little thing that they want to do, that they have that passion for, that drives them, that ambition. And mine was music. And music to me, man, was like involved with any and everything that I was doing, whether it was football, whether it was dancing, rapping back then. And back then, I was like, I'll be honest, I was whack back then. But dog, I was electrifying. I was entertaining. I had dancers with me, but my raps were, when I listen to that, I'm like, damn, that's just whack, but you know what I'm saying? But like, honestly, dog, it was just the energy that I brought back then from a young age, and that just transpired. And along the way of me being the young Ron Killings, man, going from football to like rapping and being a show opener for people when I was still in high school.
Got you. So like, let's take it back to that time, that early music. Like, what was the influences? Who influenced you to jump out there and be like, you know what? This was my go-to artist.
Man, we gotta go back to like Eric B. Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, KRS-One, of course Pac, Tretch, Digable Planets. Man, it's like the list goes on, dog.
Got you. And you grew up in North Carolina, right?
Yes, Charlotte.
So what was the hip hop scene there? Because you know, like, was North Carolina kind of picking up on that bass scene that was popping during that time?
Oh yeah, it was popping.
Got you.
It was popping. Man. We were picking up on everything everybody else was picking up on.
Got you. So do you feel like this the one artist that kind of like changed your life? Like, I can think of two artists I tell people all the time that I can remember when I first heard them. Like, I remember when I first heard DMX, and I was sitting in my brother Red Escort in Inkster, Michigan, and Stop Being Greedy came on. And I thought DMX was a group, because you know how he rap with the light voice and then he go into the real aggressive and start Arf going crazy. I'm like, yo, I've never heard this shit before. And then when I heard Eminem, that I Am, when he was like, I sit back with this pack of zigzags in this bag and this weed, I've never heard a rap cadence like that. And I remember I'm on the back of my cousin's pickup truck.
A whole different planet.
Did you ever have that experience on hip hop when you heard something for the first time? You was like, damn, I didn't even know you can even do shit like that. Or just hearing the artists in general that you heard that it's kind of like, bro, this is dope.
To hearing something like what you're talking about to the Eminem level, I was already into music when Eminem came out.
Gotcha.
So it was like, Eminem is, I put him like he's, if I ever had a top 3 or top 5, Eminem is probably like 2 or 1. He's like, he's like, he's, if you look up Dope, is Eminem in the, you know what I'm saying, the dictionary, dog. He's like that. Wayne is up there too with him. But man, the thing that got me was, honestly, dog, Will Smith, parents saying them, but what was the parent song he had?
I know you're talking about.
Parents Don't Understand.
Yep.
When I heard that, and then I first heard of Eric B. and Rakim, man, that's when I was like, I know what I want to do.
Got you.
I want to do. I want to rap. I wanted to rap. But the thing that changed it for me to where I knew I wanted my style of rap to be was when MC Hammer came out. His flair was different than everybody else. He was totally, completely different. Just like my music is totally different than everybody else. I think everybody has their own individual lane.
Yeah, absolutely.
And once you become your lane, you know how to you know what I'm saying, master your lane, almost like mastering yourself. When you learn yourself, you can deal with everybody else because you have self-control. You can't let anybody else, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I found my lane when Hammer came. I'm like, that's what I want, the entertainment, the show, the theatrical, everything that he brings to the table. When you watch him perform, you being entertained.
That's real.
So that's kind of what Hammer was my boom. That's what I'm gonna do right there.
So I can see why you said Hammer. Also, like with Will Smith, you don't have too many hip hop artists that are entertainers. Like you can go,
no,
they can make great music, but when you go to their shows, they just walk in and rap,
walking and talking, dog. That's it.
Theatrics.
No, walking and talking, no shows. No, I want to have props. I want to have like you come into a show, almost like you going to a WWE show.
Yeah.
You get entertained. We take you on that roller coaster. So I want my rap shows to be the same way. Take us back on the roller coaster. You give me an idea, even if I have it almost like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there you go.
You never know.
You never know. For sure. Okay, so you jump into the hip hop. How old were you when you like kind of recorded your first rhyme? Oh
man, dog. Bro, I was doing when they had ADAS, man.
Okay, so he's on
real, dog. Yeah.
Oh shit.
I still got some reels at my house, man. At my mama's house, dog. I promise you, bro. I got some reels at my house right now. First song I ever recorded. And it was a song called I Don't Want No Dope. It's crazy because I was like doing bad things back then too. I was selling dope back then.
Gotcha.
But the song came about, a guy got shot for stealing a jacket. He didn't steal a jacket, but he got killed over his jacket. And that bothered me. That touched me, man, because I feel like when that happened, it was more of like, going from the Hammer thing to like the rap and that. Then my rap style changed. I wanted to be more of like completely different from everybody else because everybody was talking about dope back then.
Yeah.
So definitely then, when that happened, when the guy got shot over the jacket, I went completely opposite of all that. So my first song I put out was called I Don't Want No Dope. And it pretty much changed my life from what I was doing at the time when I put the song out.
Gotcha. Now, on the back end, on the personal life, like you said, you were selling dope. Like your family dynamic growing up while you pursuing hip hop, what was your family dynamic like, and what led you to actually or introduce you to the dope game?
Peer pressure, friends. I hear a lot, man. People say, "Show me your friends, I show you your future." Just hanging around, being in the wrong place, at the wrong time, wanting what everybody else want. Not knowing my own identity of what I really wanted.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So my family, man, is very religious. I'm Baptist, holiness, Pentecostal. Like I came up in a loving family.
Gotcha.
Of course, they didn't want me doing that. They didn't know. Actually, I was hiding what I was doing. And the time I started, my mom and my dad had done divorced at that time.
Okay.
So it was just my mom raised me and my sister. So she didn't know what I was doing, you know. But I didn't come from a household or a family that would endorse that by no means at all.
Gotcha.
That was just me, what they call it, me being mannish. You feel me on that?
Mannish and rebellious, absolutely.
Yes.
So, how old were you the first time you was arrested? Because I know you did a couple of
19 when I was arrested, man. Gotcha. I just graduated high school. Even though it was just a silly, I said silly now because I'm like looking at it like, dude, what was you thinking? It was a gun charge. It was my aunt's gun, but I'm carrying it around, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I took it from her, you know what I'm saying? So I had my aunt's gun, I got caught with that. But that was just, when I look now, or back then when I was looking back at the tracks that I was making on all the brick walls I was hitting, and the lesson I was being taught
Gotcha.
by life, by circumstances, by mistakes, by things that I was doing, and I was allowing people around me to introduce me to doing that was still had me ending up hitting brick walls.
Got you. In the time of selling dope, like one of the biggest rules is never try your dope, never do what you.
Don't get high on your own supply.
Did you ever cross over into drug use or
anything?
Oh,
never.
No. Okay. Okay. Cool. So, like the original rap name, what was it?
Oh my gosh, my original rap name, K Crush. K Crush was my original rap name. Yeah, dog.
Got you.
And that came from Ron Killing, so the K from that, K Crush is my rap name.
Got you. So now, because I see the theme when I looked over your, kind of like your, I don't want to say discography. Well, when it comes to your wrestling, everything started with a K, then it starts switching to the R. So okay, so now I can see that now. Okay, so then you pursuing music, you doing your thing, you start you hustling, you go to jail, things that are in and out of jail,
right?
And so you do a long bid, your first long bid. Tell me about that.
That's the one that got me. That's the one that I think that woke me up.
Gotcha.
That's the one that made me realize, like I was saying, you can keep hitting that brick wall, man. You can keep hitting it. If you're going to get tired of hitting it and do something about it, or you're going to just continue to hit it, man, and just accept circumstances as they come. And I was the type, there's some people, dog, that don't mind going to jail. There's some people that don't mind being in jail. I got family members that purposely do shit so they can go to jail because they ain't got nowhere to stay. But they got, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'd be surprised when people don't mind going to jail. Me, man, I got shit to do.
Gotcha.
I got a family to take care of. I got goals to, like, I got dreams. I got too much to do to like, give my time to that. And all we got in this life that's free, like, what we got is time. And I can't be doing time, spending time, wasting time.
Do you feel, because to get into wrestling, the field that you in now, it was you having to sit down that kind of introduced.
Yes, everything. The universe did that.
Yeah.
I feel the universe did that because you got to look for, sometimes I call it the ram in the bush, through all your adversity, through all your hardships. Because when I was locked up, I met Jack Crockett.
Now, how y'all link up?
Oh, man, bro, that's a real story. So, of course, I told you I was a show opener. I opened shows for about the Jack the Rapper conventions and all that stuff. So I was pursuing this music thing hard, man. I was from Atlanta to D.C. to Virginia. I was going to these conventions, man, opening up Tracy Spencer, Chubb Rock, Kwame, Kid and Play, Digital Underground. That's how I met Pop. Yeah, that's how I met Pop back then. So when I got locked up that long time, man, it kind of hit me. And my sister sent me my pictures. She wrote my pictures up there to me. And all my pictures had all those celebrities in there. I'm talking about like Holyfield and the people I just named to you and Michael Carter, people that never even people don't even hear about like that. And the deputies, you see, they saw him and it was like, dude, you're not even supposed to be in here. Man, what are you doing in here, man? How did you end up in here? And I'm like, selling this right here to like pay for my dancers, outfits, pay for the studios. I was just doing wrong to make a good right out of it. Basically, I was trying to justify it as. And they put me in jail with this Jamaican, dog. They purposely put me in jail with this Jamaican that had 50, 60 years. Yeah. And bro, he just talked to me, man. And they said he never talked to nobody. And he never talked to nobody. And man, that dude spread some light on me, man. And that's the first time somebody actually, I respected the hustler. I respected that lifestyle. And this dude was an OG. Like he was you know what I'm saying? And he's like, man, you wasting your time. Just like I just told you about the time thing. He said, you're wasting your time. You letting everybody else waste your time. He said, I'm never getting out of here, ever. I mean, his whole life was on his wall because that was his cell until he died. He said, I'm never getting out of here. He said, you got a chance when you get out of here to do something about it. He said, and all the things that he's done, the news articles, man, he was a big deal. Like all the stuff that he's done, this and that stuff, man. He said, I can never repay none of this stuff back. He said, my life is over now. And he just kept preaching that to me, man. They took me out of that. And believe it or not, the idea we had, the plan we had was the deputies was going to find somebody in there that had some money, check everybody's record, and get them to invest in me. They knew I was rapping. When my music went big, they would be my personal security. They won't have to work for the jailhouse.
Oh, shit.
Bro, I am dead serious, dog. That was the plan we did. They would take me, man, when all the inmates went to sleep, I would still go upstairs with them and work out.
Got you.
That's how I always stayed in shape. And I always worked out. Everybody was asleep, I'm upstairs working out. And they told me about Jack Crockett. I didn't know who Jack Crockett was.
Okay.
And that's how this guy, him and his brothers, they started professional wrestling in the South with Magnum TA and Ric Flair and Four Horsemen. He said they started that in the South, and he see you dance like just like I just did for y'all with the music. I was doing that back then. I was doing that in jail. The inmates, man, was sitting there letting me do my thing, man, whether it was telling jokes, whether it was just me being silly or just like trying stuff, had everybody else working out, whatever. Crockett was observing all that. And it was a mutual type of like wanting to be introduced. And I remember W. Carr came to me. He was like, hey, this guy Jack Crockett, he wants to meet you. And I think he can do something with your music, can invest in your music. So he introduced me and Crockett, and we talked twice before he got out.
Okay.
And he gave me his number and told me to give him a call. Now, the still immature me, I'm still growing, you know what I'm saying, as a young man. Like, 20 years old now. I'm 21 now. He gave me his number. He said, give me a call. I thought he wanted me to cut his grass or something, you know what I'm saying? So gave him a call. When I got out like 9 months later. Gave him a call. He came by my mom's house, picked me up. I didn't have nothing. So I had my mom's house with my regroup. You know what I'm saying? So he came pick me up, took me out to Bennigan's to eat. And the first time he introduced professional wrestling to me. And dog, I was like, and this is the time when Harlem Heat was just coming out.
Okay.
And he was like, they wanted to put me with Harlem Heat. And bro, can you believe I was like, man, nah, I don't want to do that, dog.
I'm a rapper.
I'm a rapper, bro. I want you to just give me some money, man. You know, give me the money, man. He's like, nobody's going to just give you money. He said, I'm trying to give you something. He said, I never give back. I never given back before. And God's telling me to give back to you. He's saying, this won't cost you nothing but time and dedication. Think of that word time again. So I'm like, I said, I'm not interested, man. He said, you know what? You got my number. When you are, you let me know. Just give me a call. Now, I turned him down for almost 3 years.
Wow.
Just because I wanted to do it my way. I wanted it how I wanted it. You know what I'm saying? Bro, when I got that money, I would have messed that money up. I wouldn't have done nothing with nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, went back to jail 2 or 3 more times. And this time, bro, I went to jail over a person I was dating this time. The lights was off on the car. And I went from jacking dealers to like, I had one rule. I would never take from a person that worked a regular job.
Got you.
Never take from a person. Well, I was broke, so I broke that rule. And this is where the universe played this game with me at. When we got pulled over for the lights being off, and we arguing in the car, speeding, the police pulls us over, blah, 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 blah. Just got rid of the person's IDs, credit cards, all that stuff. Like hours ago. How about a whole different town, the person, stuff that we threw away, the last name of the cop was the one that pulled us over.
Wow.
How can you get any more, like...
Damn.
Dog, that, like... After I did my little time, I think I did like 6 months on that bid, man. I called Crockett. I said, man, I'm a willing vessel. Whatever it is I need to do, I want to do it. And that was the first time I truly, with my mind, body, soul, my everything, I didn't want what I was doing no more. I didn't want nothing to do with hitting the wall no more.
Gotcha.
Because I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. So I know what it feels like to be coming out of high school and you want to do this right. You want to play football. Man, I had scholarships to Georgia Tech, Clemson, Syracuse. I'm very good athlete. I didn't want to do it no more. My rap thing, it wasn't happening. It wasn't working out. I'm dibbling and dabbling and doing street stuff and this and that. But being young, you get pulled so many ways just from being human nature, just from being around people, just from like peer pressure or wanting to be like the Joneses. Like everybody like nice things. Everybody wants to do this. And we justify for whatever. But I was at that point where I didn't know what the hell I wanted to do with my life, man. And I won't ever forget that point, man. Laying in my mom's, in my room, on the floor, and I'm like, what do I do with my life? I don't want to be a disappointment to my mom, to myself. I didn't have kids now. So when I called Crockett, he said, well, kid, I'll be ready to pick you up. He came, bro, within hours. Picked me up, took me out to eat. And we talked, and he said, I promise you, this will be light. It won't cost you nothing. And if you just do this, you won't ever have to ask nobody to invest in you. And, bro, when he took me to my first, I went to 3 WCW shows. And when Ric Flair came out that curtain and that crowd went crazy. Now at this time, Crockett had done, he wasn't cameraman anymore. They had done sold it to Ted Turner.
Gotcha.
So he was beside me. And when Ric Flair came out, man, that was my first show ever going to. I was amazed. I seen Ric Flair in like arena, man, 30, 40,000 people like up on their feet. And I'm like, holy He said, that could be you. You could be doing your rap, the dancing like you was doing when we was in jail. You can do all that to the ring. And when you get there, you mix all that with your fighting it and you dance, you do something. And he said, I promise you, you won't ever have to ask nobody to invest in you. And but I think I did independence for maybe 3 years, 4 years. But because of the way I came in, because of Crockett, because of the way God had me, I call suited up and shielded up for this adventure, this life walk I'm finna do. Bro, he was my ram in the bush. People was like, oh, this is Crockett's guy. Oh, this is the guy Crockett can. Bro, let me show you. I mean, like everything was handed to me like I didn't know nothing. They were showing me from wrist locks to headlock takeovers to arm bars to like I learned something like I learned Sambo, Fujiwara. I was learning so many different things that people was willing it and it was just being handed to me. So I'm still learning I'm still maturing in the world and life now. And I think maybe like after 4 years, he tried to get me in WCW. And the guy that was running TVs in NWA Wildside, Rick Michaels' dad, he said, hey, do you know that you can be a big star? Dog, I didn't even care about going bigger than that because I was doing something different.
Right.
I wasn't doing the street thing. I wasn't going back and forth to jail. I was making, on the indies, when I was making $100, I was happy.
Oh, shit.
But it says, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, just that change of life, that change of, you know what I'm saying? I broke the monotony with wrestling. I think it saved my life.
Gotcha.
You know, so it's like, I still had my music. They accepted me coming out, rapping and dancing. I used to come out to P. Diddy's I'm man. Out. That was my jam before I came out to, man. When they heard that, they knew I was coming. That was my thing, man. And dog, it worked. It worked. I pursued. Rick Michaels' dad said, I have a recorder tape. He said, I want you to send it in. And dog, I sent the tape in, got a call from WWF, back then, WWE, within 2 weeks.
Wow.
Vince flew me up a week later, and I went back home, and that following week, I had a contract.
What is that, when you get that call from like a Vince McMahon to come out and do like a interview, trial, whatever it was, like what is that process like? Like, can you pull back the veil a little bit if you pursuing wrestling, you get that call for WWE, what to expect when they bring you out there?
I don't know, man. The call it's a surreal call. For me, it was.
Oh, gotcha.
Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think everybody have their own different reaction, or mine was just I've always had faith in myself. I've always believed, like I told you once I heard that Will Smith and the hammer, I'm like, okay, that's what I'm doing. Like, I'm going to do this and that. Always had faith, but the path that I took and me learning the lessons along the way and watching through adversity times and things like that, bro, it's like everything happens the way it's supposed to happen.
Gotcha. Now, when you get there, do they make you I know like with NFL, right? They'll fly a player in, you'll do a physical. You'll go through your drills.
Yep.
You'll sit down, you know what I'm saying, with the coach, position coach, GM, whatever. Make a decision. You get brought in to camp. Like when you went
you're
up
gonna
there.
do a match first.
Okay, so
no crowd, no audience around. That's why during the pandemic, it was easy for us to go back to our roots.
Gotcha.
And wrestle with no audience because that's how you get a contract.
Gotcha.
That's how I got mine. That's usually how you get a contract. I don't care if they see you on a tape or see you out there. You go to wrestle for them.
Gotcha.
They want to see you.
So now you get brought in to WWE and you sign your contract. What does a standard beginner's like wrestling contract typically look like? Like, is it over a period of time? Is it so many matches? Like how?
It's different for each individual, man. But you got to think it takes anywhere from 2 to 5 years to get you a name.
Gotcha.
To where you're like, so usually their contracts are usually like 5 years.
Gotcha.
And that's to even get you. It takes at least 3 years to get you established on TV.
Gotcha.
Because just because you seen one time, yeah, you might be seen one time, and you might get one person that see you because they're religiously watching every week, everywhere, like might know you. But to get you a name to where like you can go, like I can go anywhere in this world and somebody know who I am.
Gotcha.
That takes years to build. So usually a 3 to 5 year contract.
Gotcha. And guess and it's just me, ex ball player. Like how does a wrestler get paid? So like NFL, a lot of people think they sign a contract, you get the money that's on the contract. But really, you don't get paid your NFL contract unless you're on the active roster and you playing in those games. You don't see no contract money unless you actually suited for a game. Otherwise, you don't make your contract
for
money.
real?
Yeah. That's why NFL is so trash because, again, if you're on practice squad, you make practice squad money. You don't make your contract money.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's once they activate you up.
Different. We're different than different. We different, dog. Yeah. I'm glad I ain't going to NFL.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you saved it, bro.
Nah, we get our contract your money.
Okay, so regardless of your TV, is it an incentive like bonus if you make TV time or?
If you don't see me on TV, I'm still getting my contract money.
Got you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it's all about, man. Yeah, it's, they take care of us real good, bro. I will say that. Like I've never had no issues with. And the thing about that, even on injury, when you're injured, we still get out. I don't know how it is with NFL.
You're part of your contract.
Oh wow.
Yeah, man. They really, it's a tough business. Unless you're a superstar, of course you got leverage.
Boom. Yeah,
you got
same
leverage.
with my business. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so then you enter in this field at WWE, man. What was the first person you saw that kind of, did you ever have starstruck when you saw him in the locker room? Or around the facility? Nobody. I guess because you wasn't big into wrestling. Like did you grow up on wrestling at all? So I guess when you saw people, it was just like.
It was. I was starstruck by like, who wrestling was when I started? Nobody, man. It was. I wouldn't even say starstruck. It was more of a. I wanted to pick up under the tree, man. I wanted to learn from them. I wanted to like. Because I was always accepted. I went from being that's Crockett's guy, to where everybody's like wanting, because they do the stroke that he had, to when Road Dogg first saw me, and Road Dogg told me he wanted me to be his tag partner. I went from being Crockett's guy to like, that's Road Dogg's boy, that's Road Dogg's guy, that's Road Dogg's dude. And that was my stamp of approval. That was my, I'm in. That was,
Give me that experience, man. Like, what did you and Road Dogg actually have a working relationship prior to him asking you, or was that kind of left field? Was you expecting that?
No, we this is how the universe works. I was about to quit. I had did all that work, man. Got there, got the contract, and I had to go developmental for 6 months. And I'm in developmental for 6 months, and like I told you, I already had my first kid then. Now I done had 2. So I was more into like making sure they didn't have to go through none of the stuff I went through.
Right.
And I'm pursuing this thing. I'm trying, to juggle both of these at one time. And so I'm stationed in Memphis, Tennessee, but my family's in Charlotte. So I'm driving home 10 hours every weekend.
Ooh.
Every weekend I did that, man, for 8 months. And I had a wreck. I think I had a wreck towards going on 8 months. And they stopped me from going home. They're like, they were saying all the right reasons.
Yeah.
Because, bro, by the time I was doing it so much, bro, I was like, I was tired. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they were like, oh, we don't want you to have accidents. We'll figure something out. I'm like, you know what? I don't think wrestling's me. I don't think I'm not this. And I was a Southern heavyweight champ at that time. Running the New Daisy Theater. I was doing good in Memphis. And I wanted to quit. And they asked me to think about it. And I do the last TV. The last TV we had to do at the casino, I dropped the title to Jerry Lawler, but Road Dogg was on vacation with his wife. And they came to the TV taping. And when my match was over, as soon as I got through the curtains, a couple of guys were like, hey, Road Dogg from DX was asking about you. I said, D-Generation there? He's like, yeah. I said, he's here? He's like, yeah, he kept asking about you. And he came right around the corner. He said, right in my face, I don't know if you ever met Road Dogg, man. It's funny.
No, I haven't.
But I think he's a undercover black dude, dog. He's can't rap in my face, dog. Was that you rapping out there? I said, yeah. Just now you rapped that song and went to the ring and just wanted, that was you right there? How would you like to be my tag partner? Dog, and I was like, bro, you for real? He was like, I just asked you, right? How you like to be my tag partner? Billy Gunn had to have shoulder surgery. I got no tag partner. And could you write us a rap? I said, bro, I would love to. I said, dog, but I'm quitting, man. He said, quitting what? I said, dog, man, I don't think I'm good enough for this, man. I'm like, I'm ready. He said, why are you going to quit when you done came this long way? And what you done? He said, can you give me 2 weeks? Can you give me 3 weeks? I said, for what? He said, give me 3 weeks and I'll have you brought to TV.
Damn.
Bro, and I said, all right. 3 weeks, I was brought to TV, dog. We was doing WWE, WWF New York, Times Square.
That's crazy. I hate to jump around, but I gotta catch this, and then we come back to wrestling real quick. Tupac, Digital Underground.
Yeah.
Man, what was that like getting to meet Pac, bro, and Digital Underground, and rest in peace to
Shock.
Yeah, Shock G.
Yeah, man, it was like surreal seeing them. I never got to talk to them like I talked to Pac.
Gotcha.
Because Pac was like, he had just done Juice.
Okay.
He had just done Juice when I met him. And people know him and Tretch was like that. So it's like observing Tupac run around the hotels in Atlanta, man, like, and I'm there just to like open up for somebody, you know what I'm saying? This is like Tupac. He had just started his blossoming then. And brought around the money. And I'm just wanting to hang out with them. And we hung out with them, dog. He paid for everybody's meal, everything, for a couple more days.
That's dope.
And just to watch him work, man, watching him work is watching everybody else reaction and interact to him and how he handles it. How he can control the motion, the whole energy in the room.
Gotcha.
I was just very observant of him, man. He was like another guy that I interviewed Eddie Murphy at Wesley Snipes when they did the Dolomite thing.
Okay.
And
that was my movie. That movie's hard.
Really, it was pretty dope. But Eddie Murphy is another one that I observed. Like I observed these guys. Eddie and Pac was two of the guys that I like really observed and like meeting them and watching them work. But it's watching everybody else around them and how they handle this. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. Man, it's just like, because I hear a lot of story of like Pac, and it's just his bigger than life personality. Like,
bro, his personality is like, you know the dude in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog, you know the dude in the room, and it's like, it's almost like you'll be in awe of him.
Got you.
And just you'll find yourself watching him, man, just watching everything that he do, his moves, his mannerisms, his the way he answers a question, the way he even look at somebody, the way he responds to stuff, the way he act instead of reacting, the way he, you know what I'm saying?
Got you. So with the wrestling, the freestyling, rapping coming to the ring. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole thing of putting that together, because I was watching it and I'm like, man, that is a difficult thing to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? You walking, you rapping, you also,
bro.
Are these things
running.
that are you freestyling coming down? Or are these some things you already got memorized?
Already wrote.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool.
I wrote, and then I can pick it out depending on where I'm at. I'll rap half of it, then make up something else in the middle of it, depending on what city I'm in. Just
got
throw
you.
them in there. So I can, like a jigsaw puzzle, I can move it around.
Got you. And so then you engulfed into the whole WWF, WWE world at that time, man. Like, I know for football, for me, the locker room was a great place to be. Where it's kind of a place where it's fellowship. You kind of talk. People give game. The older guys, like in the WWE type of thing, being that you was a former football player and stuff too. Like, what is that locker room environment like behind the scenes that people don't get to see?
It's close.
It's close.
It's close. Man, because we all going through the same thing. We all like, before the pandemic, bro, we be on the road so much. Like, our kids are grown by the time we're like, you know what I'm saying?
Got you.
We miss holidays, we miss our kids' birthdays, we miss anniversaries, we miss so much time away from home. But we get it back when I go to a children's hospital.
Got you.
And somebody tell me, man, you remind me of my granddad, I grew up watching you. We get it back in so many different ways that I think it evens out.
Got you.
And we all experience it as almost like the football locker room, almost like the military, the guys and the girls that got to go through that one journey together. And we're all, bro, like if we're stuck somewhere in Alaska and it's going to be a blizzard or this and that, we're all on our phones. So I think we experience so many things together. That's why we're so close.
Got you.
It's like a brotherhood.
I know we talk about all the time like wrestling not real, but the injuries.
Oh, a lot of injuries real.
So it's very, very real. And I remember watching Mankind, Nick Foley, go through like, I don't know how he was still living, still walking, still moving. Like,
yeah.
What are some of the injuries that you've been through in the WWE?
Oh, man. I got a notepad. 4 broken metatarsal bones in my foot. Fractured ankle. Patella tendon surgery. Lacerated my knee like I think 6 months after that. Dislocated hip. 3 broke ribs, 2 fractured. Chest sternum crack. 2 shoulder surgeries. C6, C7 vertebrae. And 2 concussions.
Jeez. Out of these injuries, how many of them were like wrestling moves going wrong? Like I remember when it was Stone Cold when he did what's that? Owen Hart when he did it and dropped down on his neck and hurt his neck.
Yeah. My injuries, man, all came about not intentionally. Most of the injuries don't come from an intentional.
Gotcha.
It come from a mishap. My patella tendon broke from me running to the ring, running the ropes, just from running. So remember that.
Ah, man.
Yeah.
So you get your success, you get in there, man. You start winning championships and things of that nature. Like of all the titles that you won, which one you feel like holds the dearest and nearest to your heart?
24/7 title. That's me.
Well, why that title?
That title has done what no other title at WWE has ever done. It's involved different celebrities of walks of life.
Gotcha.
I've been in the wrestling business for over 20 years. Regardless of, I've seen so many people win titles. I've seen so many things happen in this business. I've never gotten a write-up. I've never seen no one get a write-up from Forbes magazine over a title that was made up in the company, introduced, and was carried by a certain person that was doing 6 to 12 to 15, 20 million views a week.
Wow.
You can look the numbers up on it.
That's crazy because I was advised right before as you were at one point in time you were the highest searched WWE wrestler.
Yes.
So like when it comes to these titles, like especially like you know what I'm saying, like when you look at The Rock and all of them that won titles, like and because you had what was the one title fight that you had that you lost to
John Cena?
Yeah, John Cena.
WWE Heavyweight Championship.
With those type of titles, though, do you already come out knowing, like, hey, you going to lose this one, but this is a good chance, opportunity to fight? Like, how does that match come together?
Oh, creative do all that.
Okay.
That's all creative.
Got you.
Yeah, I got no say-so over nothing. No wrestler have no say-so over nothing. That's all creative.
What about name changes? Do you submit those name changes?
You can submit your name change. Can you submit it?
Okay.
Either you can or they will. If you're not like it, they're not feeling it. You're not feeling nobody's vibing it. They're open to that.
So with your name change, how did they come about?
They gave me a list, and I give them a list of what I think, or they ask me what I think. It's a mutual thing.
Got you.
It's pretty open with it.
Okay, I didn't know that. So like wrestling is almost kind of like in a movie kind of sense where they got writers, they got scripts or things they bring. Like if they want you to be a heel, is that the creative department? Like, hey, you about to go now, be the bad guy.
Yeah, that's all creative.
So you had a chance to be the bad guy at one point in time.
Yes.
Pop the cigarette out.
Yeah.
Like, tell me about that, man. That conversation, you gonna be the bad guy, and then playing that role. How did it feel?
It felt good, man. I think we all got a little bad guy in us
Got you.
that can escape. It's crazy, man, because Vince was paying, I think it was $20,000. It's a $20,000 fine to smoke in the building.
Wow.
And it was in the UK, and Vince had me doing it. Yeah, after the matches, man, it was crazy. But that was I like playing a bad guy. It's easy to be a bad guy.
Got you.
Wrestling is so great. It's so easy to be a bad guy. It's easy to be an asshole, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, the hard thing is to be a good guy, and they don't like you still. Now, yeah. You see? How long you gonna keep that smile?
Not long at all.
I was like, get out of here! We don't like you! Go on! You suck! How long you gonna keep smiling?
You're not. I need to become the bad guy ASAP.
No, you can't. You gotta keep smiling. Boo! You gotta keep smiling, dog.
Okay. So you playing his heel or the villain, like for that process, like Vince McMahon, his hand in the creative process. I remember growing up seeing him. First time I ever seen, like, other than Jerry Jones, our owner, just being so engulfed in a part of their business. What was it like working for Vince McMahon, and what was he like as a person behind the scenes?
Oh man, Vince is dope, man. Vince is cool. I did a lot of outside things with him, like going to visit the troops,
Gotcha.
going overseas, doing signings and things like that. Man, he's a heavy duty. He helps out with the military a lot.
Okay.
So just seeing him in his element, man, is a cool thing, man. Learning from him. We would do these promo classes every week, man. I've learned so much from Vince, man. And I'm grateful for everything I've learned from him. Even things he hasn't taught me, I've learned just by being at WWE.
Gotcha.
Just learning how things work, how a lot of things that work with WWE works outside the world, you know?
Now, you had at one point in time left WWE for TNA. Is that what? Didn't you leave WWE for a moment?
Yes. Mm-hmm. TNA started when I left WWE.
Okay,
yeah.
Got you. Why do wrestlers leave? Being that WWE is such a premier league, why leave and go to another corporation? Like, why do wrestlers do that?
It's not like they want to. They don't want to leave.
Got you.
Yeah, that's when they say get out.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So like when you look at like Hulk Hogan and Macho Man them when they went over to was that ECW? What was that? WCW. WCW.
Yeah, they get out. Get out. You're done. Get out. Fired.
And that's how they end up at WCW.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's sink or swim at that time, right? So what do you do?
Got you. I got you. So why do you feel like most wrestling leagues don't hold up in comparison to the WWE? Like, why can't they stick around?
WWE just has that. They have that formula.
Gotcha.
They have that dope that everybody like.
It's real.
You know what I'm saying? They are that dope. They're that main fix. When you think wrestling, you think WWE.
Gotcha.
There may be a lot that come around, that come about, or you hear of, but we know of WWE, and you know what you're going to get.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
So before we end it off, I just want to know this. Being that you were there with The Rock, before The Rock became The Rock as we know it today.
Yeah.
What was that transition like? Like, can y'all see, like, oh my God, like he's going to become this megastar? Because, like, The Rock surpassed everything that I thought Stone Cold Steve Austin was. Like, it's just a whole nother level.
No, man, nobody knew that, man. You don't think that. I remember when Rock was, I remember when he was doing acting back then, like the audition and stuff, but it's like, he was so down to earth and so cool, man. Like,
yeah,
you wouldn't think he was going to be like this, like, super duper mega star. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was already The Rock. Like, damn, dog, you gonna go higher than that?
Yeah, for sure.
And he did. He sailed on higher down, but he was He was just so down to earth. He's always been down to earth. If I see him right now, dog, he's so down to earth, man. It'll like it'll mess you up. You be like, dog, is he this cool for real, Snap? Yeah, that's how he is. He's always been like that.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Now, you working on the album, Legacy, right?
Yes.
The name of the album, man.
Yes.
You got to play some fire joints for me. Legacy was dope. Respect was dope. Dubai is dope. Again, Dubai, I'm still on the fence if I want to go. Because if I can't
you need to check it out, dog.
If I can't see no hoes, Big D don't want to go.
Check it out, dog. You need to go just for the experience, though, dog.
No.
You go for the experience.
I like to see women all over the world, not the ones that's going for looking at them. I'm being in jail and don't even know the language.
You can look at them, you just can't gawk at them.
Ah, man, that's
it's
even
different
worse.
than looking and gawking.
No.
Yeah, big difference. Yeah.
So about the project, man, like the production is amazing.
J Tracks,
man, he's doing this thing. Like, man, what can we expect from this album? What do you think is gonna set you apart on this project?
Man, it's grown folks music, man. It's grown folks music with a millennial vibe to it. You know what I'm saying? The energy, man. What I'm talking about. Naturally, just as being me.
Yeah.
Man, I left the gym not too long ago, man. Like, you can take it from age 14, 15 on up, man. Like, I've been with people through generations of, like, childhoods and growing up. And so I think just on love alone, man, just on, like, OG love, whatever it is, man. When you heard the album, it pretty much made you, like, oh, this ain't the typical rap album. I didn't expect this. I think that when they get the unexpected sound of this album, the quality and the bars, it's gonna set itself aside.
I think we need that, man. I think that's good because like we was talking off camera, I think hip hop is at a big transition where it's such a culture of death.
Oh yeah,
right now. You know, God, you know, bless the dead. Like, you know, we had an artist here in Dallas, Mo3.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Killed broad daylight on highway. You know what I'm saying? Late last year.
Rest in peace,
I mean, you seeing it over and over again. You see Lil Durk and his girl have a shootout the other day with some dudes that tried to, you know what I'm saying, break into his house. So him and his girl shooting back at these dudes that's in the house. Pop Smoke get killed. I mean, Nipsey get killed. You see the guy allegedly was supposed to be part of vandalizing Nipsey mural, which comes out he probably didn't have nothing to do with that. But you watch him get killed on live. Like, the world that we live in the hip-hop culture is so, I don't know, like you say, it's just that stain of death. And just to hear your music, it gives all the elements that we like about hip-hop, but it's dope. Like, it's light, it's fun, but it has a message, and you don't feel overbearing by,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I could come to your show and know that all the shooters in the city ain't in the audience right now.
Yeah.
So,
if they're there, they're gonna be on their good vibe. You know what I'm saying? They ain't bringing their guns.
Yeah,
they come to get entertained too. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, well I tell you what, you're a hell of an entertainer. I can't wait to see your shows. I want to see if you're gonna have a background dancer. I just want to be in one show, just do the Running Man or something, and get out of there before my sciatica act up.
I got you, dog.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
But I tell you what, man, I appreciate everything you've done, everything that you contribute to the culture, just the positivity and the energy that you bring, man. You lighten up a room, especially in this world that needs as much light as it possibly can. So continue to do you.
Appreciate you, man.
You know what I'm saying? Ryan Killings, our Killings, you know what I'm saying? Our Truth, K Quick with Everybody Made Know You Ass.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Until we meet again, don't forget about me and your glory, man.
I got you, dog. I'll be back.
Hey, for sure. Peace.
For real, dog. Peace.